all showing up. Hi, Julia. Okay. It is amazing how fast you guys are just on your phones. You're ready to go. I love it. Love, love, love. Oh, hi, Cinderella. I'm pretty sure that's not your real name, but hello. Let's see. Zena says, I just placed my very first order yesterday. Yay, congratulations. Hi, hi. Let's see. Muntab, maybe I'm saying that right. Maria, hello, hello. Oh, Dolly Claus says, I made my order today. Can't wait. You guys are so awesome, and we're working so hard to get all of those orders out as fast as we can, because we want you to, I mean, I get it. You're like, okay, when I go to a store, or especially when I go online, you're like, I'm ready for it today. Dang, now I have to wait. You're like, I already spent my money. I'm ready. So I understand that because I feel that way too. So we're trying to get those to you as fast as possible. And what's really cool is a lot of times I curse the USPS postal system, but domestically they've got it down because they get from the West Coast to the East Coast usually in about 3 days. It's fantastic. Encyclone says, you look gorgeous. Thank you, because as I was getting ready, I'm like, it's just not working. I'm like, fine, I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Okay, so today is mostly gonna be Q&A. I got a couple things to share with you guys, but I know I missed a lot of people's questions last time, so I want to hit those, although I never wrote down what they were, so sorry about that. Maria says, I asked yesterday, but it was late and I couldn't get to it. So my question is, what do you suggest for psoriasis, the oil or the lotion? Excellent question. Brilliant question. I recommend the oil, and the reason for that, so eczema, psoriasis, GA, there's a couple of other skin issues that we opened a test group, a small test group, and you can see those results in the group on Facebook that we created. But the response from all of them is just amazing. I think there's one gal who's struggling a little bit, but we're helping her and supporting her. So what most people are finding is that it takes 2 or 3 weeks for your skin to kind of calm down and go, oh, okay, it's feeling better. And my son Dane uses it, and then Andrew uses it all the time as well. Andrew has an interesting type of eczema. It shows up as splotches when he takes a shower or goes swimming. So he has red, itchy splotches all over that usually require Benadryl to calm down. And when he uses our oil, it calms down in about 10 minutes. Plus, it makes his skin feel good. So he's really good at that. He's using it regularly. He's 15. He's heading on into adulthood. So the 13-year-old, that's another story. It's trying to get them is like trying to wrangle cats, I think. And so Dane has the typical type of eczema where it just shows up as dry, red, scaly. It's on his eyelids and his neck. He's created scars across here, and I know that this is how we started. I was like, Dane, just try this. Let's see if this works better than your sticky, icky cream that is doctor recommended. And within about 3 days, he was like, Mom, it's not itching anymore. And within a couple of weeks, it was like the redness was gone, and he looked like a normal kid. And he wasn't ashamed to, because he has it on his arms as well. He wasn't ashamed to wear short sleeve shirts and stuff. So for sure the oil, and then you can trap in the oil with the lotion stick. And the reason that I don't recommend the lotion stick first is because it's got a little bit of lanolin and beeswax. And so what that's going to do is create more of this water resistant barrier that traps your body's natural water in your skin. It traps it in, and then it also keeps external water and pathogens and all of that out of your skin. So I hope that helps, Maria. I can't wait to receive my first order here in the UK. Yay, yay, I'm excited for you. Especially I've seen a lot of I've packed a lot of international orders. And that's a big part of why we do the sale, because we get that shipping is crazy dumb expensive, especially if you're ordering more than just a pen, because it's all done by weight. And so that's part of why we do the sale, is to help compensate for that that shipping charge. But you know, I have to say, you guys, we've looked into UPS and FedEx, and they charge $80 or more. So we were like, well, okay, we're just gonna have to suck it up with the USPS. And the fact that they're charging $13 to $12 to $20 ish, when you think about the fact of how many people have to touch that package and how many planes it may have to go on, it's like, you know what, it's okay. But that's part of the sale, is to help offset that. So yay for the UK. I keep putting my hand in front of the light. I have like 3 lights trying to blind me. And of course I can't wear my glasses, because then you'd see all of those lights and you wouldn't be able to see me. So I'm like, can I read these? So yeah, you guys are fun. Oh, Julia says my mom won't let me get Simply Peel, and I'm so sad. I'm sad too, honey. Especially because it's patent pending. It's amazing. And I worked hard to make it different. I worked hard to make sure that it dried quickly and that it peeled great, and that you were getting the best dollars, I guess the best investment for your dollars. And a lot of people have purchased the bigger pots on Amazon. They're like, oh, I can get big 4-ounce pots. Well, guess what? Liquid latex has a 6-month shelf life. It doesn't care how little or how much you get. It's still going to probably dry up within 6 to 12 months. So yeah, are you really saving money? And the biggest thing is we want you to use it up, enjoy it. I think for so many of us, myself included, it's like, oh, it was expensive and I want to preserve it. You can't with latex. You just can't. Anyway, so do you apply your nail oil to your toenails as well? Yep, you can apply it anywhere you want. Especially for people who have really dry toenails. When you have dry nails, they tend to want to curve more, and so your toenails can dig into the sides, especially towards the tips, and they can really dig in and hurt. So the oil helps soften that. I kind of wish that we had nitrile gloves for our feet, so we could do that overnight hydration treatment that I came up with, but somebody suggested the little hospital slip-on slippers kind of thing. I don't know where you get those, but that could work. Do we ship to Norway? Yes, we ship all over the world. And so the average time that it takes to get on the other side of the planet, wherever, is usually about 3 weeks. We've had it take up to 6 weeks. If it's been any longer, then it's because it was chucked into the wrong bin, and instead of going to Norway, it went to South Africa. We've had some of those, like literally all the way, halfway around the world, that's where it went. So there's only one place, United Arab Emirates, however you say it, we can't ship there anymore because we've done several orders, and I don't know what it is about one of the wealthiest countries on this planet, and their postal system is so messed up that packages just don't get there. So we've had to stop because we would send another package, that one wouldn't get there either, and we're just like, we don't know what to do. So but fortunately several of them seem to have homes in the United States too, so we've been able to ship to their US address. Many of you placing your first order. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so excited. And make sure that you take before and after pictures and post those and tag us, because we want to share your success. Okay, Lara says, are you going to put the sale on Amazon too? Because the Bliss Kiss page doesn't ship to where I live. Tell me where you live. Um, the reason that we have not put it um, on Amazon is because they charge us an enormous amount of fees for, we have to pay to ship it to them, we have to pay for them to store it, we have to pay for them to process it, and if it gets returned or they do a refund, then we're responsible for that too. So we actually can lose money from Amazon, which is why the sale isn't there. So I hope that helps. Is iodine as a weekly brush on for growth safe? Well, I would have to say, as a weekly brush on and iodine, iodine's like that bright rusty reddish color, so I'm wondering if that's a typo, Cinderella. Because so to answer the question, if that is what the question is, iodine would be safe because it's safe to cleanse your, can you sterilize? No, it's just removes, it doesn't sterilize, but it cleanses your skin. Like I just had a tiny lipoma removed and a lipoma is just a tiny ball of fat that kind of gets encapsulated, and it was sitting on a nerve that was making it really hard for me to type and use my mouse. And so he cleansed it with iodine before he started and cut me open. Teeny tiny little scar. But so if it's safe for my skin, yes. I wouldn't soak in it, but sorry, I keep blocking my light. Order's coming tomorrow, excited. Dolly says yes, $12 for international is crazy, but seeing the results, I feel like it's worth it. And you know, somebody just said that she wanted to order our Miracle Mat, which is 40% off, and if you sign up on our email, you get an additional 10% off your entire order. But it was, you know, so that makes it about $10, and it was going to cost $20 to ship it to her, and she was just like, I just can't do that. I just can't pay more shipping than the actual cost of the product. And I have, here in the United States, I have spent up to $40 to have something shipped to me. So, you know, of course that's a value assessment, but I have to tell you, if I had not created the Simply Neat Miracle Mat, and I was purchasing it from somebody, I would spend $40 on it. That's how much I love it. So anyway, and it's like I feel weird doing a manicure without it because I feel like it's gonna have bad mojo and I'm just gonna spill everything. And I love just that security of knowing that it's gonna protect my work surface. Okay. Roaring Tiger, my order's supposed to come in today. Hoping the postman gets here early before my apartment office closes. Okay, postman, get there early. Oh, somebody says I oil my nails while I watch your videos. Oh, that's excellent. Excellent multitasking there. Hi, Sunny Day. Hello from Spain. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm really, it just amazes me when international people are able to stay up or get up early and show up. I'm humbled and honored. Okay. Ollie's Nail Journey, if I'm saying that right. I have a question. Does filing your nails every week help your nails not break? That is a great question. It helps your nails not break as long as you are filing them down to a length that works with your lifestyle. Because what's amazing is that our nail oil helps your nails not break. It naturally strengthens them and provides extra flexibility so that when you whack them into something, they're going to bend. They're not going to snap off. And so as a result of your nails being stronger and not breaking, they can actually get too long, and that has happened to me. And then my lifestyle makes them break because I do something dumb, or my horse decides to move the wrong direction, and then my nail goes backwards. So definitely, you know, using our oil doesn't eliminate breaks. It sure minimizes them. But definitely, in terms of actually making them healthier or anything like that, our nails are dead. Once they pretty much past the cuticle line, they die. So they're only alive while they're being created back here in the matrix. And so once they hit past that cuticle line, then all of it's dead, just like our hair is dead. And so filing something that's dead, it's kind of like, well, okay, I am taking a 2x4 piece of lumber. Does it hurt when you cut it? No, because it's not a live tree anymore. So that's a big part of why I write, is because the internet is filled with so many myths, and when we're searching for answers, we're tempted to buy into those myths and not really think and analyze it. So that's why I like to write, so that I'm helping you guys through my thinking process of, does this really make sense, or is this just garbage? So that's why I write. So file your nails away. Some people file them every day. I am lazy. A tip is, if you want to, rather than cutting your nails, and cutting your nails is fine too, it does no damage, but if you want to keep them the same length every week, then once a week filing. If you do 20 strokes, and Doug Schoon, author of Nail Structure and Product Chemistry, has gone to his trusty microscope and looked, and it does not matter whether you file one direction and then back this direction, or whether you do a seesaw motion. Under the microscope looks the same. So, which made me so happy, because I have been seesawing my entire life. I don't remember where I was going with that. Oh, yes, I do. Is that you can, 20 strokes equals 1 week of growth, approximately, depending on how fast your nails grow. But I'm lazy, like I was starting to say, and I will just let them grow for like 3 weeks, and then I just cut them shorter, and then file that smooth with our crystal nail file, which I love, because it's about a 600 grit, which means it's very, very fine, and it gives you a nice clean edge that's not going to fray and catch on things like your hair and stuff. So, Anna Autumn says, how do I heal nails that are damaged from picking polish? How do I heal all the peeling and the nail being transparent due to the picking? I feel like I've seen that question before, but yeah, that's amazing. I mean, I will get the exact same question from people completely separated. So I wrote an article about this because I did the same thing. I am a skin picker, and I will pick at polish, especially if I'm just sitting there watching a movie and not really paying attention, especially if I get a little spot back here that's already lifted, then I'll start working at that. And so at nailcarehq.com, if you Google that and the keywords peeling polish, you should be taken just to that article, and you'll see the picture. It's really quite frightening what that peeling that polish that was bonded. It was still bonded to the nail plate, and I just kept working at it, and it made my nails really fuzzy. It lifted several layers of keratin with it, and I thought, oh, this is no big deal. It felt a little fuzzy, and I took a picture. I'm like, well, maybe I'll write an article about it, and I put that picture up on my big giant Mac screen, and I just about fell on the floor. I was like, oh my God, I did that to myself. And so I was like, there I am the science experiment. So I wrote that article, and I have never picked my polish since. And it's very important to me that once I get to a point where I feel like I'm gonna start picking at polish, I have those little, I don't have them with me, but they're little single-use pads with acetone on them, and they have enough acetone to do all 10 nails. And honestly, you really only need it for the one. But those have saved me many times. So in terms of actually being able to heal it, there is no healing it, because our nails are dead. All we can do is try not to hit ourselves on the head, feeling dumb. But if the layers are really sticking up, then you could very carefully kind of file that part down. You don't want to get in there and file down the ridges, because the ridges are the healthiest part of your nail plate. They're the thickest part. So we don't want to buff that down to the thinnest part. What are we doing? We're making our nails really thin, and then we wonder why they're starting to peel and break. So just do that, and then use 5 layers of polish or more to give that temporary strength. Seal in those layers so as they grow out, they don't annoy the stuff out of you. Hope that helps. Transparency, don't worry about that. Transparency is fine. Here's why. And I can't show you, but actually, yes, I can. I can show you. Let's see if I can get not too much glare on this. So the nail plate here, and the reason that you can see the nail bed underneath through here is because the body oil and the moisture that your nail bed is pumping up in through your nail plate makes it transparent. And as soon as it leaves, it's no longer being nourished by that perfect blend of about 18% water and 5% oil. And so they start to dry out, which is why they turn white. So when we apply oil and it penetrates, and it's great fun when you do the overnight treatment, and if you spot sections of your nails, well, you'll wake up and they'll be completely transparent. And it's like, yes, it has gone all the way through all of the layers and it's turned transparent. So guess what that means? It's going to bend when you whack them into something. And if it doesn't happen, that's okay. But if you do it and you're going like, oh, what just happened? It's great. It's actually great. Hello from Canada. I've been using your oil for a month and wow, it works amazing. Definitely an HG product. HG. I haven't heard that, but hello from San Francisco. How can we tell when our nails are absorbing the water? Oh, Maria, I just talked about that. They get more flexible. They feel better, so if your nails are fairly short, they'll feel better. They won't feel so tight. And then once if you're past your tips, you can see the transparency. So, and you can feel it. Every time when somebody posts a before and after, especially for some of the 3 days, and people go, oh, I don't see much difference. And then I always ask that person, how does it feel? And every single one of them is like, oh my gosh, my nails feel so different. So anyway, I live in Puerto Rico and it says that the items can't be shipped. Laura, email us because we do ship to Puerto Rico. That doesn't make sense. Hi Anna, my mom cut her thumbnail by accident cutting something, but for some reason it keeps on splitting whenever it grows back. Do you know why this is happening and how to fix it? Your mom cut her thumbnail, and let me guess, if she cut it back here at the matrix, if it got cut back there, then it is permanent. The small section of her matrix is permanently damaged, and it will always grow flawed and thinner nail cells. If it's something that she did a diagonal cut or something like that, that should grow out over time. And just so you guys know, it takes approximately 4 months, depending on the speed of your nail growth. It takes about 4 months to go from the cuticle line to the tip. So Rachel, I would need a little bit more information, and you're also welcome to email me. I'm happy to answer that, especially if it's easy for me to answer. I can come and answer it again on tomorrow's live, because I'm going to be doing these all the way through Tuesday for the sale, because I know a lot of you guys have questions and need help, and so that's why I'm here. It's a lot easier than trying to answer 100 emails. Okay, so many of you are so excited. Your packages are coming. Oh, you guys are so nice. Pinkalicious Swirl. What a great username. Your skin looks so nice. What's your face cleaning routine? I know it's not nail related. Oh, I have a couple. Actually, there was a non-nail related thing I wanted to talk about. Thank you for saying my skin looks nice. I rely on a fantastic foundation. I couldn't tell you what it is, but it works great. Powders, and really, I'm terrible. I'm really bad. I will use a makeup wipe to get makeup off. I'll, use a little bit of body wash kind of soap if I really need to clean it, but most of the time I really don't. And I'm not one of these regular I can do 5 products kind of routine. I've tried to get those, and I've spent a couple $100 for a whole system, and I can't follow through. It's my own fault. And then I definitely, when I can remember, I will use our oil here because it really does plump up the fine lines. So yeah, can you believe I'm 48? I'm almost 49. So I am determined to be fit and fab at 50. I'm working on it. So here, I keep waving this thing around. For those of you who do wear artificial eyelashes, I discovered that our little silicone nail brushes, I don't know why they call them a nail brush, but anyway, these little silicone things I picked up from Born Pretty, they were great at getting those dumb corners down. So, hope that was a good tip. There's a couple of things I want to hit. I don't know what time it is. I've got to get a clock up there. One of the big things I really want to talk about today is our nail biters. For those of you who are struggling with nail biting or skin picking, we did a trial group, and the results have been amazing because nail biting and skin picking and almost everybody on the planet has one or both. And I am a picker. My husband is a biter. My best friend is a both. My mother, what is my mom? My mom is a biter. And she has learned, we've all learned, that there's certain tools that we have to have all the time. Because if we don't, we are toast. We are going to fall into that old habit that we don't even know why our brains particularly do it. It can be related to some mental health issues, but for a lot of us, it's anxiety, it's nervousness, it's boredom, it's all kinds of reasons. So for people who pick at skin, like me, I have to have baby nail clippers with me at all times. And they are different. If you guys can kind of see, I do this. So you can see that there's a difference between, they're much smaller than normal nail clippers. I picked these up at the dollar store here in the United States. I know they're online as well. They're just called infant nail clippers. And what I like about them is that they are very small, and they can, since I tend to pick at this skin that's on the sides, when that skin lifts and it's separated and now it's dead, I have to get in there and clip just the dead skin. Don't dig down there and clip a whole bunch, because then you're going to clip live skin. It's going to bleed, it's going to get infected. So that is my life-saving tool. So for skin pickers, gotta have. For nail biters, both of these habits, it's difficult to break a habit. A lot of people say, I've got to break this habit, and you really can't. You have to replace it with a better habit. So if we are eating bad food and we want to get, the bad food, the stuff that tastes really delicious and fried, and oh my gosh, walking through or going by a hamburger place, and it's like, oh. Anyway, for those of us who want to get healthier, we're going to go to the gym. We're going to improve our diet. We're going to change the negative habits with a positive habit. And so for nail biters and skin pickers, it's very, very helpful to replace that negative habit with a positive one, like oiling your skin and your nails, polishing. For those who bite their nails, many, many, many people have found that polishing them and doing nail art, when you've invested this time, you're less likely to bite them, especially because you're looking down and seeing all the beauty. But for nail biters, and this is one of my mom's, have to have a nail file, because if there is any little fray of anything on the nails, especially for my mom, is if there's that, she's gonna start biting at it and trying to, and this Corey does this too. I'm like, why are you biting your nails? And he goes, because it's jagged. I gotta clean it up. Which of course you could never do with your teeth. That's a terrible tool. So nail file for sure, and a crystal nail file is very, very gentle. It you can also, especially if those calluses get hard, you've got really hard ones, especially if you've been oiling regularly and they're still hard because of the weather or whatever hobbies you're doing, especially gardening. Anyway, you can take this and very, very gently file off a little bit of that, smooth out that skin so there's not something you can grab onto easily, and then add oil, and it makes a huge, huge difference. So we also created a support group on Facebook. So if you just go to Facebook and do a search for Bliss Kiss, you'll find our two groups that we're running, which is one for skin disorders and then also one for biters and pickers, and they're both closed groups, but because these are very, very sensitive things that make us self-conscious and can have a lot of personal self-esteem going with them, and so we want those groups closed so not just anybody can join and be really mean and nasty, because we're sort of bearing our soul of this is a thing that is frustrating us and we want to change it, we want to fix it. So file, baby nail clippers, oil, what else am I forgetting? Nothing. These are the three. And of course, we don't carry the nail clippers, but these are on sale right now too. Oh, while I'm speaking of that, this is a tool that should be banned. It should never, ever, ever be sold, in my opinion. That tip is so sharp, and it is very, especially for me as a skin picker, if I'm trying to get in there, it is incredibly difficult to get in there and not, because it's so sharp, and to not take live skin. So I always end up infecting my nails if I was using this. And a lot of people use it for removing the proximal fold, which the whole planet thinks is the cuticle, and it's not. So the cuticle is the dead skin on your nail plate. So that has to be removed if you want your polish to stick. Polish doesn't stick to skin, so you want to get that dead skin, the cuticle, off your nail plate. But clipping this skin back here, that is a live guardian barrier that keeps germs and bacteria out of the matrix, and so we really, really want that skin, but sometimes it can get dry and stretched out, and what we want to do is if we keep that oiled and soft, then it stays nice and tight and is a really, really good seal, and it also doesn't dry out so that you are inclined to clip it. Let's see, a couple more things. We at Bliss Kiss are having our sale through next Tuesday. The really exciting thing that we're doing this time is that we have golden tickets like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and it is so fun. It's so fun. So they range from $10, and we have a $75 one. So, and we have 7 more that we are giving out from now today to the end of the sale. So whenever your order, there's a random one, and we flip through the packing slips and we stick one in there. We don't know, we don't choose, it's all random. So this is great fun, and the 75 and a 25 are still out there. They haven't gone out yet, because we also randomly grab we flay them, we fan them out and just randomly pick one. Okay, so did I cover everything? For those of you who are coming in late, let me introduce myself. I'm Anna Seidel. I am the owner of Bliss Kiss, and we do nail care, skin care, manicure solutions, and then I am also the writer of nailcarehq.com, and I've written over 80 articles. We're working on I'm working on dictating those and putting them up on YouTube. If you go to youtube.com/C as in channel /Bliss Kiss, you'll get to our channel, and we've got like 50 videos there now. So all kinds of stuff to listen to when you're doing your nails. We have a lot of people who are doing that. So again, humbled and honored that you guys are listening and learning, and the fun part is when you email me all of these amazing testimonials of how this has just changed your life, and that's what makes my job fun. Okay, so did I get everything? Yeah, I did. Okay, how big is the mat? Excellent question. I don't remember the actual dimensions, but compared to my head, I want to say this is like 14, 15 inches by 11, I think. I designed it a couple years ago, and so I knew the exact dimensions then. But for those of you who don't know about our miracle mat, what makes it really special, and you can go to the website and read all about it and read how I developed it, but the thing that is magical about this is, one, the raised edge around the border. I'm hoping you guys can see this. And that I have poured 1/4 cup of acetone on this mat, and the edges have caught it. If you spill the whole bottle, that's not going to work, but most of us, when we spill polish, it's like, or acetone, it's like you see the bottle tipping and you go to grab it, but you aren't quite fast enough, and so some of it splashes out. And that's what's important about this mat, that is not on, it's not in anybody else's mat, because I paid $1,000 to have the molds specially made just for us. And then the other thing is these little create and contain circles that hold acetone, water, beads, jewels, those crazy little caviar type of beads. Man, you cannot wrangle those things, so that's perfect for there. And especially also the Swarovski crystals that we spend a lot of money on, and those things hop around. They just seem to magically hop off your table and into your carpet, and then you can't find them. So those are the big things. It's 40% off right now, and if you sign up on our email list, you get another 10% off of your entire order. So you can get it for 50% off. We have a little bit too much in stock in the warehouse, and we want them to go and be enjoyed by new homes and new people. So Kodachi says, I love the mat, clumsy me and my desk. I can totally relate. Okay. Let's see. Oh, look at this. I've ordered twice already. You know what? That happens a lot, where people will order on Monday or Tuesday, especially domestically. They'll get their order before the sale is over. They fall in love with the oil or whatever products they ordered, and they end up ordering more before the sale is over. Yay, that's what it's all about. Cinderella says, I used the clips for the first time last night. They are amazing. Took my dip powder off in a bit over 10 minutes. Oh, good. That is great feedback, because nobody's ever told me yet. So let me talk to you guys about these nail clips, these manicure clips that I call Soak and Swipe. And I got the name from one of my best friends, and anyway, she saw this and she's like, Anna, this is brilliant. Anyway, so I got these from as a sample, and I was like, because they were touted as being used for gel, and I just happened to need to remove my polish. And I hate removing polish, because acetone, which you want to be using acetone, it dissolves faster, therefore it's less drying. But acetone, when it's evaporating into the air, it's so cold because it evaporates so fast compared to water. And so it just feels like you're soaking in ice. And I've hated the process, but when I learned, I just was like, well, okay, if I soak the polish and I just take a piece of cotton dripping with acetone and I soak that, put that on there, and then I put the clip on and press that in. Then I let it soak that way, and because it's encapsulated this way, your body warms up the acetone, and warm acetone works better than cold acetone. Although I will tell you, do not put any acetone in the microwave to warm it up. You will probably blow up your house. Don't do that. So these clips, oh my gosh. So I will do that with every single fingernail. I will show you this real quick. And then you let them soak with a normal 5 layers of polish. I barely even let them, by the time I get from this one to this one, this is already done. It's already cooked, ready to slide off. If I have glitter, that takes a little bit longer. You can wait like 2 to 3 minutes, if even. But the way you do it is you open it up, and if you see the color in the pad, the cotton pad, then it's dissolved and it's ready to swipe. So I literally will take this off, swipe, you pull this way, and then swipe, 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 swipe this one, and you're done. Life changing. So this just makes the whole process so much nicer. Okay. Nail Polish Army says, hello, beautiful. Thank you. I am undecided about which oil scent to choose. Are they strong? Does fragrance free have any smell at all? Great question. Great one. Okay, so I formulated the fragrances to last 30 to 60 minutes. I did not want them to compete with mine or your perfume. So it's so light that you literally have to go like this. And most of us, when we first get them, and even now I still do it, I will go like this. And you smell it for a little while, and it just smells good. And what's really fun, put it on little kids. You put it on little kids' nails, and then you tell them to smell, and they will literally walk around like this because it smells so good. So Crisp is a pomegranate lemonade with a hint of vanilla and a few other things. It's a big combination of different fragrance oils that I've put together. But so that one's very crisp because of the citrus, the lemonade part of it. Let's see, Pink Sugar, which is our spring fragrance, that smells like very, very sweet cotton candy. It's too sweet for me, but it's a hugely popular because especially as when we're younger, before we develop a palate and a smell that appreciates more dry and less sweet type of smells, and like red wine kind of thing. So a lot of, when you're younger, you tend to like it. But you know what? We've had a lot of moms and grandmothers who just love it too. Let's see. So, and then our summer fragrance smells like pina colada. Our autumn fragrance smells like apple pie a la mode. So apple pie dripping with vanilla ice cream. I did not want to smell like pumpkins. So it took me several years to figure out, finally do an autumn fragrance. And winter smells like walking into a room with a freshly cut Christmas tree and citrus mulled cider sitting and simmering on the stove. So whether those smell exactly like that description for you, I don't know, because everybody smells differently. But so far, like almost everybody loves the fragrances. We've had a couple people and they're like, yeah, I don't really like this one so much. Can I get that? How do you help me get an exchange? So we're happy to do that because customer service is incredibly important. Our mission statement is to create life-changing products with an exceptional customer experience, and that drives every single decision that we make. The products have to be life-changing, and if they're not for any reason, or if you have any problem, it's like Costco. What would Costco do? One of our team members came up with that, and she's pinned it on a couple places in our warehouse of really, what is our focus is to make you happy, even if that means giving you a refund, because we have 100% money back guarantee on all of our products. And also we have one product that has a lifetime guarantee, and that is our manicure claw. And do I have, I got to get a cotton ball. But anyway, when you push the button here at the back, it puts out 4 really strong tines, and then you put it in a cotton ball and then retract it, and it pulls the cotton in and holds it tight, so that then you can dip it in acetone and you can clean your manicure mat, or you can clean your stamping plates. That's what I mostly use it for. Or if you screw up a manicure and you want just this, like, oh, I just messed up this one because I just touched it or banged it into my nail table, then you can use this to then remove that polish and start over on just that one nail without having to destroy the rest of your manicure. So this product, I worked so hard to make sure that it was a medical grade product. And in fact, when I was developing it, I went to China first. I didn't actually go, but I went to Chinese manufacturers, and the samples that they sent me were crap. Sorry. Whoop. I don't like negative words and, anyway, swear words in my account, but it was true. And so the shocking surprise was Indonesia, and because nobody's making these in the United States. So usually when I have to go out of the United States, it's because it's not here. It's because I can't find what I need here. So Indonesia stepped in and sent me some samples, and I had to work with them a little bit to get it just the way I wanted it. But I'm so proud of this, that I want it to last a lifetime. You guys are making investments in our products. You aren't just buying, you're investing. And so it's very important to me that you are happy always. Okay, well, I feel like I'm forgetting to tell something. It'll come back to me. Okay, I know we're running out of time, and if I don't get to you, please come tomorrow. I'll be doing this again at 10 a.m. Or email me your question. I know for some of you who've come in late, you're like, oh, this is great, let me ask you a question, and I'm running out. I know I'm gonna run out of time. And get right up there, there's gonna be a little thing that says, you have 2 minutes, and I'll be right in the middle of describing something, and it's like, oh. Are the matrix and the eponychium the same thing? No. Great question. The matrix is where your nails actually are created. And then the eponychium, which I just learned from Doug, we actually cannot see that part. It is this layer of skin that covers the matrix, and so it protects it. And then we've got all of our layers of skin on top of that. I don't think I have a correct example display for you. But that's the difference. And then this part that everybody thinks is the cuticle right here is actually the proximal fold. And that protects your matrix from germs and bacteria that get in there and just screw everything up. Okay, Kate says, yesterday I got 2 shots at the doctor. I usually passed out from one of the shots. After I passed out, my lips were so dry and I used your lip balm. Love my lip balm. Thank you, Mother. She created this amazing lip balm. She's our chemist, and she has created the lotion stick and the lip balm. And I had very strict parameters of this is what they have to do. And so she did it. For me, the lip balm, it has to last all night when I'm sleeping. I cannot stand waking up and having dry, parched lips. And so it took her several different variations, and she finally got it. So we've had several people, especially myself included, if you get that dry crack that happens right there when you're not drinking enough water. It really, within 3 days, that'll be all healed up. So, do I prefer the glass file? Yes, I do. Although I will use regular files too. It depends on whether I really need to file down length or whether I'm just smoothing my edge. If I need length, or to file down length, then I am going to use like a 240 grit file. And then our crystal nail file is about 600 grit. And so that is going to be very, very slow to take down length quickly. This is what you need for finishing your edges. And then the 240, those are those cardboard ones that you can get anywhere. Excuse me, Nails by Nemi, I think. Do you know why your nails hurt when you take the nail polish off and leave it off for more than a couple of hours? The pain goes away after I put nail polish back on. Yes, I do. What happens is when you have nail polish on, because it's a more solid type of surface than your actual nail plate. Your nail plate is full of all of these little microscopic holes. I wonder if I can find a picture for you. Come on. I don't know if I have it. Let me look real quick. Microscopic holes. Actually, well, this will help. So this is your healthy nail plate, and I am going to make these with no lamination so that my lights don't screw with it. So see how they lay all nice and flat? Okay, but in between each of these layers, there's gaps, and so oil and water are the only thing that can penetrate through these gaps. And then this is what the edge of your fingertips look like. So you can see why it's easy for water to get in there and start puffing up those layers and spreading them apart even more, which is what caused peeling. So, or also called delamination. So what's happening is you've got a more solid, the polish has holes in it too, but it's a more solid surface, and especially as it dries out, it gets harder. And it, like if you, actually a lot of people can't do this, but if you've worn polish for like 10 days, it actually starts to get these little cracks in it, and that's because it's drying out. So it's tightened because it's drying out. It's actually tightening that C curve of yours. And so when you take it off and they start to hurt, it's because your nail plate is now relaxing and it's pulling on your nail bed, and that's what's making it hurt. If you were to just rinse your hands for a little while in water, which is not great, but if your nails are really hurting that much, try getting a little water on them and get your nails to soak that up just a touch, like, you know, rinsing them for about a minute or so, and then that will make your nail plate get softer a little bit, and it'll let it it won't hurt so badly. And the reason that it stops is when you put the polish back on, it's tightening it. So it works a little bit like a corset around a woman's waist. It's going to help pull that in just a little bit and hold it. Okay, I hope that helps. What's the difference between our long glass file and our short glass file? The length and your filing surface. So let me grab these. Got my large and my small here with me. So here's the difference between the holding area, between the holding area right here versus when it starts to go transparent of your filing surface. So this is the one, it's good enough for keeping in my purse, and you know, if I get a little snag or whatever, then just taking that little snag off. But if I'm wanting to file more length down, or really smooth out all of the edges, then I like the bigger one. So we have a lot of people who have the big one for at home and have the small one in their purse, and that's one of those tools that I need, because I can't stand when I start to get little frays or anything. I will start picking too. So I'm just like you guys. My nails always break when my polish chips. Any tips? They're usually fine, and I've been using a good oil, but 2 corners chopped this morning where I had polish chips. That's just because it's surprising, but polish gives you added strength. So it's very easy if the polish is chipped, or if it's chipping because it has lifted. It's no longer connected to the nail plate. And so the polish chips, and then potentially with whatever you're doing, that little corner of the nail will break too. That happens to me. Don't like it. Somebody says, oh, I just picked. That must have been when I was talking about picking at your polish. I've got a spot in the center, not at the edge of the actual, in the actual center of my left index finger, where it looks like layers are separating. Oil hasn't fixed it. What do I do? There's not a lot you can do. Basically, it's called I'm not even going to try and say it today, which basically just means whitening of the nail plate. It's the official name. And it can happen sometime from acetone. It can happen from water exposure. It's really, especially if nail oil, it depends on what kind of nail oil you're using, because you haven't said what oil you're using. Just let it grow out. Protect your nail with polish, and then it will grow out and you'll be fine. HG, Holy Grail. Oh, yes. We have a lot of people saying that our oil is liquid gold and found the Holy Grail. The Puerto Rico. Yeah, definitely, Lara, email us. We should be able to help you with why your order isn't working. Amanda says, I'm kind of itchy today. Is it bad if your C-curve relaxes during the overnight treatment? I would expect it to relax a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. But I find that a lot of times I will go to bed and I will wake up with the exact same C-curve. So if your C-curve is relaxing a lot, then you're getting your body, your skin is making too much moisture. Basically, you're sweating in the gloves. So that's why I like using our lotion stick, because of the tiny bit of beeswax and a little bit more of lanolin that creates a water resistant barrier. So it keeps that the water that's in your skin, it keeps it there. And then you've got this water resistant barrier, so you're not sweating. And then your skin and your nails will be different, very different, very, very soft. But C-curve relaxing too much means usually water absorption. So oil under the nail bed is just as important as under the nail tips. You can't reach under the nail bed, so because that is sealed off. Oh, there's my 2 minutes. I've got 2 minutes. So in terms of oiling, we want to oil the top surface, and then if we have tips, oil the underside as well, especially if they're naked and you're doing overnight hydration, you want to do that. But it's actually physically impossible to get at your nail bed. It's a lot of people call your nail plate your nail bed. It's very, very common. So I'm hoping that that's what you meant, is under your nail tips. Berlin, Germany, hello. Just want to quickly share that I was able to refill all of my nail oil pens currently multiple times without breaking them. I watched some YouTube videos. There are some really great people, there's probably about a dozen now, who have shown you how to pull open the refill the pens and refill them. They are sold to us as a single-use item, and so sometimes, because they're not meant to be used over and over, they will bust when you try and open them. But I've heard of somebody using it like 13 times before it broke. So it just depends on the pen. It depends on a whole bunch of things. But yes, you can. Okay, I have 40 seconds. So many of you are excited about your orders. Oh my gosh, there's 30 seconds. If I get cut off, that's why. And Bronze Baby, if using garlic in oil as a strengthener is a myth. Yes, and I have a video over on YouTube that talks about that. One of my lives, I talk about it. Okay, I've got 12 seconds. Oh my gosh, you guys. Email me or come tomorrow. We'll see you then. Bye.
Hey, it's Anna. I've written over 70 nail care articles that you can find at nailcarehq.com. And if you're looking for products that will help you have longer, stronger nails, visit myBlissKiss.com. Be sure to push the subscribe button and turn on notifications to get alerted when I publish more videos. This is Anna, signing off and sending you bliss.